Ever test your blood sugar first thing in the morning and feel defeated before your day even begins? You followed all the rules yesterday. You watched your carbs, you took your medication, you even went for a walk. Yet somehow your morning number is higher than when you went to bed. What if I told you the 3 hours before you fall asleep determine your morning glucose more than the entire previous day? A simple 10-minute bedtime ritual could lower your morning readings by 20 to 40 points without changing your medication or diet. Today I'm revealing the exact protocol that thousands are using to wake up with numbers they never thought possible. The morning glucose problem. First, let's understand why morning glucose spikes happen, even when you do everything right. It's called the dawn phenomenon. In the final hours before waking, your body naturally releases glucose from the liver, while simultaneously becoming more insulin resistant. This happens to everyone, but for diabetics and pre-diabetics, this process goes into overdrive, creating those frustratingly high morning numbers. 3 key mechanisms are responsible. First, your liver dumps stored glucose into your bloodstream. Second, your hormones shift overnight, especially cortisol and growth hormone, which both raise blood sugar. Third, your body naturally becomes more insulin resistant during sleep, particularly in the early morning hours. Most doctors focus only on daytime habits, completely missing this critical nighttime window. They tell you to change what you eat for dinner, but rarely how to prepare your body for what happens during sleep. That's why this 10-minute ritual is so powerful. It specifically targets these overnight mechanisms when your body is most receptive to intervention. The 10-minute ritual overview. So what exactly is this bedtime ritual that can transform morning glucose readings? It's actually pretty simple, just 5 easy parts that together take exactly 10 minutes of your evening. Each part tackles a different aspect of that annoying dawn phenomenon just discussed. And here's the best part. You don't need any special equipment or expensive supplements. Everything you need is probably already in your home right now. When should you do this? Ideally, start about 90 minutes before you normally hit the hay. This timing isn't random, by the way. It works with your body's natural rhythms for the best results. Something amazing happens when these 5 simple steps combine in the right order. They create this synergistic effect that completely changes how your body handles glucose while you're sleeping. Ready to dive into each component? Let's start with the first one, which might surprise you with how easy it is. Ritual component number 1, the strategic mini walk. Let's start with the first part of your evening ritual, a super quick mini walk. Don't worry, this isn't about lacing up for a serious workout before bed. That would actually backfire on your blood sugar. All you need is about 3 to 4 minutes of gentle movement, roughly 1 to 2 hours after dinner. Just a casual stroll around your home or up and down your driveway does the trick. Why does this work so well? It's actually fascinating. This specific timing activates special glucose transporters called GLUT4. They keep working for hours after you stop moving. Think of them as tiny vacuum cleaners that keep pulling glucose from your bloodstream into your muscles, even while you are fast asleep. Take Michael, a 62-year-old from Colorado who was really struggling. Despite taking his medication faithfully, his morning numbers were stuck between 160 and 180. Pretty frustrating, right? He was skeptical about such a short walk making any difference, but within just 3 days of adding this mini walk to his evening, his morning readings dropped to 137. By the end of the week, he was consistently waking up under 130 for the first time in years. He was absolutely floored by the difference. Here's a key tip about intensity. You want to move just enough to feel slightly warm, but not enough to break a sweat. This gentle movement activates those glucose pathways without triggering stress hormones that could keep you awake. And if mobility is limited or the weather's terrible, no problem. Simply marching in place or doing gentle arm circles while sitting in your favorite chair works too. The magic is in the timing and the gentle movement, not necessarily the distance covered. Ritual component number 2, the perfect bedtime bite. The second component might surprise you. It's actually a strategic bedtime snack with a very specific composition. Most people get this completely wrong. They either skip food entirely before bed, thinking that's healthier, or choose the worst possible options that send morning numbers soaring. The ideal bedtime bite follows a precise ratio: 3 parts protein, 1 part fat, and 1 part carbohydrate. This special composition prevents your liver from dumping glucose overnight while providing the right nutrients for stable blood sugar. Keep it small, about 150 calories or less. It's not a meal, just a strategic bite. 3 perfect examples include a small handful of almonds with a quarter cup of blueberries, a half cup of cottage cheese with a few slices of cucumber, or a hard-boiled egg with a few cherry tomatoes. What you absolutely must avoid are pure carbohydrate snacks like crackers, cookies, or fruit alone. These trigger insulin spikes, followed by rebounds that make morning numbers worse. Lisa, a 58-year-old from Texas, was skeptical but decided to experiment with different evening snacks while tracking her morning glucose. The results were eye-opening. When she ate nothing, her morning readings averaged 158. With a carb-heavy snack, it jumped to 172. But with the protein-fat-carb ratio just described, her numbers dropped to an average of 126. Same medication, same dinner, just a different bedtime bite. Timing matters too. This snack about 60 to 90 minutes before bed, not immediately before lying down. This gives your body time to begin processing the nutrients before sleep. This small strategic snack could be the missing piece that finally brings those morning numbers down where you want them. Ritual component number 3, the parasympathetic breathing technique. The third element of your bedtime ritual takes just 2 minutes but delivers remarkable results. It's a specific breathing pattern that activates your parasympathetic nervous system, what scientists call the rest and digest mode. This breathing technique directly lowers cortisol, one of the primary hormones that triggers your liver to release glucose overnight. The technique is called 4-7-8 breathing, and it's simpler than it sounds. Here's how to do it step by step. Sit comfortably with your back straight. Close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose to a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Breathe out through your mouth, making a whoosh for 8 counts. This completes 1 breath cycle. Repeat the cycle 3 more times for a total of 4 breaths. So that's it. Just 2 minutes that can dramatically change your morning numbers. David, a 65-year-old from Arizona, was able to prove how well this works because he uses continuous glucose monitoring. Before adding this breathing technique, his glucose would rise steadily from 2 a.m. onward, the classic dawn phenomenon pattern. After just 1 week of doing this breathing exercise before bed, his overnight graph showed remarkable stability. His morning readings dropped by an average of 17 points, and his doctor was amazed at the difference. Why does this work so well? When you're stressed, even from normal daily life, your body produces cortisol. This stress hormone signals your liver to release glucose for quick energy to handle whatever threat might be coming. Great for actual emergencies, terrible for your morning blood sugar readings. The 4-7-8 breathing pattern interrupts this cycle, lowering cortisol levels by as much as 30% in just those 2 minutes. Lower cortisol means less overnight glucose production and better morning numbers. It's such a simple step, yet so many people miss this critical connection between stress, breathing, and blood sugar. Ritual component number 4, the temperature adjustment. The fourth component of your bedtime ritual focuses on something few people connect to blood sugar, your sleeping temperature. Research shows that the ideal bedroom temperature for glucose metabolism is between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This cooler environment activates brown fat tissue, which improves insulin sensitivity overnight. If you don't have precise climate control, there are simple alternatives. Cooling your core body temperature can be achieved by placing a cool, damp washcloth on your wrists, neck, or feet for just 2 minutes before bed. These pulse points rapidly cool your blood circulation, creating the metabolic benefits without changing your room temperature. Another option is to use lighter blankets or moisture-wicking sheets that prevent overheating during the night. Jennifer, a 71-year-old from Minnesota, noticed her morning glucose readings were significantly better during the cooler months. When she began intentionally cooling her bedroom and using the pulse point technique, her morning numbers improved by an average of 18 points even during summer. This temperature adjustment improves deep sleep quality, which directly correlates with better glucose regulation. Your body performs most of its glucose-regulating maintenance during deep sleep phases, which are enhanced by cooler temperatures. Just 2 minutes of cooling the right body areas before bed can transform your overnight glucose metabolism. Such a simple adjustment, yet most diabetes education programs never mention this temperature connection. Ritual component number 5. The strategic hydration protocol. The final piece of your 10-minute ritual is a 2-phase hydration protocol. Most people do unrealize that even mild dehydration can raise morning blood sugar by 10 to 15 points. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes more concentrated, meaning the same amount of glucose takes up a higher percentage of your blood volume. Here's the protocol. Phase 1 occurs 90 minutes before bed. Drink 8 ounces of water with a pinch of mineral or sea salt, which contains trace minerals that support insulin function. Phase 2 happens 30 minutes before bed. 8. Sip, not gulp. Just 4 ounces of water to avoid nighttime bathroom trips. This 2-phase approach ensures proper hydration without disrupting sleep. The common mistake is drinking nothing before bed out of fear of bathroom trips or drinking too much all at once. The minerals in the salt, particularly magnesium, potassium, and chromium, support your body's insulin pathways during sleep. Robert, a 67-year-old from Florida with consistently high morning readings, tried this hydration protocol after years of limiting evening fluids. His morning numbers dropped from the 160s to the 130s within days. After adding the small pinch of mineral salt, they decreased further into the 120s. The effect was so dramatic his doctor reduced his medication. The right hydration at the right time with the right mineral balance can significantly impact how your body processes glucose overnight. It's such a simple step, yet most diabetes education completely overlooks this critical connection between hydration and morning blood sugar. Putting it all together, now let's combine all 5 components into a simple 10-minute sequence. Start 90 minutes before bedtime with component 1, your 3 to 4 minute strategic mini walk. Next, have your perfectly balanced protein-fat-carb snack about 60 to 90 minutes before sleep. Follow this with the first phase of your hydration protocol, 8 ounces of water with a pinch of mineral salt. About 30 minutes before bed, do your 2-minute temperature adjustment, cooling your pulse points or adjusting your bedroom temperature. Next, practice your 4-7-8 breathing technique for 2 minutes. Finally, complete the second phase of your hydration with a small 4-ounce sip of water. This entire sequence takes exactly 10 minutes of active time spread over your evening routine. The power comes from the synergistic effect when all components work together. Each element addresses a different aspect of the dawn phenomenon. You can expect to see initial improvements within 3 to 7 days, with continued benefits as your body adjusts to this new routine. Consistency is key. This ritual works best when performed every night, allowing your body to establish new metabolic patterns. Many people notice improvements in sleep quality first, followed by gradual drops in morning glucose readings. By the end of 2 weeks, most people find a new baseline that's significantly lower than where they started. Results. The results from this 10-minute ritual have been remarkable across hundreds of people who've tried it. On average, participants see a reduction of 15 to 40 points in their morning glucose readings within the first week. Janet saw her numbers drop from 172 to 131 in just 5 days. Robert's decreased from 183 to 145 within a week and continued improving to 128 by week 3. Margaret, who had tried everything else, went from 156 to 118, making her doctor question if her meter was working properly.
Ow.
The science explains why these results occur. The strategic mini walk activates GLUT for transporters, improving glucose uptake for up to 10 hours. The perfectly balanced bedtime snack prevents liver glucose dumping by maintaining stable insulin levels overnight. The breathing technique reduces cortisol by up to 27%, decreasing the hormonal signals that trigger dawn phenomenon. The temperature adjustment improves deep sleep quality, where most glucose regulation occurs. And the hydration protocol ensures proper blood concentration and mineral balance for optimal insulin function. Together, these create a complete system that addresses every aspect of why morning glucose rises. This ritual helps your body find its balance naturally, unlike meds that just push your numbers down. This approach aligns with emerging research suggesting that timing interventions with the body's circadian rhythms dramatically improves their effectiveness. Many endocrinologists now recognize that overnight, glucose management requires different strategies than daytime control. Conclusion: there you have it, the complete 10-minute bedtime ritual that can transform your morning glucose readings. A strategic mini walk, the perfect bedtime bite, the parasympathetic breathing technique, the temperature adjustment, and the two-phase hydration protocol. 10 minutes that could change everything about how you start your day. Try this ritual tonight. Don't wait for the perfect time. Your body is ready for this change now. If you found this information valuable, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Each week, science-backed strategies are shared here that help you take control of your health naturally. Share your results in the comments below. The community would love to hear how this ritual works for you. Remember, high morning readings aren't inevitable. With the right approach, your body has an amazing ability to rebalance itself. Here's to waking up with numbers that make you smile.